Dear teachers, good afternoon and welcome you all to my YouTube channel Learn with Professor Evelyn Brinda. Yesterday I posted a short 10 minutes video on how to set up a Google Classroom. So we saw the basics. You can see here, this is the Google Classroom that we set up yesterday. With an example, I explained to you how to set up a Google Classroom and how to join also a Google Classroom as a student. As a continuation of that video, as I already told you that Google Classroom has got 4 tabs. So the 4 tabs are Stream tab, Classwork tab, People tab, and the Grades tab. So yesterday I had just covered up the the Stream tab, okay, and I have not touched upon the other 3 tabs, which is Classwork, People, and the Grades tab. So today we will be covering up the other 3 tabs and all the full features of Google Classroom I will be covering in this video. So once again, dear teachers, welcome you all to this video, which is part 2 of Google Classroom setup. So moving on to the second tab, which is the Classwork tab, you can see here. So this tab is very similar to all the class work that you give. Okay, it can be a class work, it can also be a homework. All the assignments, the quizzes that you conduct. Okay, it can even be sharing of materials related to a topic. Okay, it can be a PDF material or a PPT, whatever. So let me show you one by one. First of all, before going into the features, let me just tell you that there is a direct Meet link creation. So you can see here, there is a Meet link given here. If you just click on that Meet link, automatically you can create a link in the Gmeet. Okay, since I have already created, it is just opening directly. Otherwise, if you just click this, you will get a Meet link, and automatically this Meet link will be shared with whoever students have joined your class. Okay, say suppose 50 students have already joined your class. Then the Meet link that you just click, one click over here, a link will be created. Link will be shared to all the students through the mail ID also. Okay, you also can link it with the Google Calendar. So you can keep it as a reminder, all that. And this is like a class drive folder. All that you share in the stream window. Okay, see here you can see I have shared a PPT. Okay, this is a YouTube link. So this will not be there in your drive folder. This is also a Google slide. This also will not be there. But this is a PPT that I have shared in the announcement. So if I go to my drive folder, you will be able to see that PPT over there. See here, I have shared the PPT. I have also created some assignments that also will be there. So any assignments that you create for the class, any materials that you share in the the announcement tab will be available in your class drive folder. So this is one place for storing all the details related to this particular class. Now we will go one by one with the classwork. The first feature in classwork is you have to click the create button. So when you click the create button, you can see various options are available. Let me go one by one. The first option is the assignment option. Okay, so here, this is very similar to the offline assignments that you give to the students. So you can give a name for the assignment. Let me say sample, and you can type out some points. Okay, the assignment should be written for 3 pages. Okay, so it is like 3 pages is must. Okay, then plagiarism check will be done. Okay, plagiarism check will be done. Okay, like that you can you can give the rules. Okay, and you can type out, this is optional. Okay, instructions are optional, but better if you give an instruction. Okay, and suppose you want to add any attachment, or you want to add any material, they have to read the material and then submit the assignment. Yes, that is also possible. Material can be attached from your Google Drive. So just click this, it opens your Google Drive automatically, and then you can, attach anything that you want to. Okay, or you can, directly so you can either attach it from a Google Drive, or you can attach it from your desktop, okay, your computer, or you can attach a link and say, watch this video, and based on that, you can write an assignment, or you can even attach a YouTube video. Apart from this, you can also go for other options, like you can attach a Google Doc, you can attach a Google slide and say, suppose, the assignment is they have to prepare a presentation with minimum 3 slides. Okay, what you can do is you can just attach a Google slide, okay, and then you can say, you can even give a template for the slide. Okay, what should be the background color, what should be the font, how many slides should be there, what is the title that is expected from the slides, all that you can create a sample. Okay, so you can say this is the first slide, okay, then you should have second slide, then third slide. So only 3 slides. The second slide should be talking about the journals related to the problem. I'm just giving an example. Okay, like that. And then the third slide, you should give the budget details. Okay, I'm just giving an example for a project proposal. So budget details. Okay, like this, I can create, the first one should be problem definition. Okay, the first one should be a problem definition. Okay, so like this, I can create a sample template slide, and I can very well easily, share it with my students. Okay, so here if you see, here again, there are 3 options. Students can only view is one option, so they won't be able to edit in the slide. Second is they can view, also they can edit. So this option is better if you want all of them to edit in the same slide. Okay, third is the best option. Make a copy for every student. So every student will get such template. So they can just go to the template, start editing the template and submit it. Okay, so that is one of the very, very easiest option that you can give to students for doing the project or for doing the assignment. Now here on this side, you can see, you can, you can select a class. These are all the classes that I'm having. If you want to send it to more than one class, that also you can do. So select one class here, select one more class. Okay, and same assignment can be shared with 2 classes at a time. You can also select students. Okay, since I have not added students here in the sample, it's not coming out. Otherwise, list of students will come. What I can do is, instead of giving same assignment to every student, I can select randomly the students and then assign the assignments. I can also choose marks. So I can type out the marks here, 10 marks, 20 marks, whatever. And then I can also leave it ungraded. And more important is, I can go for a due date. So I can say submit it before 13th. And time also I can give. So after that, it will take it as late submission. Okay. And more interesting is, you can include rubrics here. So rubrics is something that helps you to do the assessment without any biasing. So you can reuse a rubric that is already existing in your other classes, something like that. And also it provides you for checking plagiarism. Plagiarism check is, it will check whether the students have just like that copied from any web content or anything and then put it here. So that is also possible. Okay. Now, once you're done with all this, you go into this blue tab. You have again here 4 options. First is, you can assign the assignment. Second, you can schedule it. See here, the schedule button is not available because I've given the due date. Okay, so it is not allowing me to schedule. It's telling send it to the students immediately. I can either save this draft, use it some other time, or I can discard the whole thing. Okay, so when I give assign, it automatically is assigned to all the students who are available in these 2 classes, in both the classes. Okay, so this is the assignment work that you can give to your students. Okay, now coming to the second option is, you have quiz assignment. So here assignment is writing assignments, okay, creating a PPT and all that. Quiz is like conducting an MCQs, one word, match the following, like that. So when you click on the quiz assignment, here again, let me give the name for the assignment is sample. If required, you can give some instructions. Here also you can add a material, okay, you can add a link, you can add a YouTube, you can add a doc, slides, whatever you want, okay. So you can even give some notes. Based on that, you can create a quiz. When you come for this quiz assignment, automatically Google form will be opened, okay. See, there are very, very interesting features here. Google, not only the Google form will be opened, you can also click and unclick this button. So when you want these marks to be added to their grade, you can, push the tab this side. If you don't want that to be included in your grading, you can unlock it also. Okay. Now there is one more interesting option here. Locked mode on Chromebook. Suppose you say that in the instruction you say quiz should be attended only through Chromebook. Okay. So that is, suppose I give an instruction like that. And then, they can use the Chromebook. If you switch on this mode, locked mode, then this is like using a lockdown browser. You know what is lockdown browser, right? So using a lockdown browser means you can, you cannot go, when you're taking the quiz, you cannot move to the next tab, you cannot type anything, you cannot copy, you cannot go to another browser, nothing can be done. You'll be stuck, and then you will have to take up the test. You cannot type in Google and search for the answer, nothing can be done. Let me show you how to put the questions in the quiz. So click the blank quiz. Here you can see it is telling you you're in the locked mode, okay, which will not allow you to move around anywhere. If you want, you can remove it or you can include it. Here again, when you take up the quiz, there are various options available. You can have a drop down, okay, you can have multiple choice, you can have short answer, you can have paragraph answers, all that is possible. Let me show you how to do a multiple choice question. Okay, so here it is sample question. Okay, and then you have answer 1. Okay, let me choose that it is an MCQ. Okay, and I have option 1. Okay, I have option 2, then I have option 3, I have option 4. Okay, so I have added the options. Now, I can also, since this is a graded quiz, I should also give the answer key. So when I click the answer key, how many points should be given for this question? Let me say I will give 3 points to this question, and I have to choose which is the correct option. So if 3 is the correct option, I will choose the correct option and then I will give done. So automatically grading will be done. Okay. And if I have to make this question compulsory for students, make it click this required, then students will understand, okay, this is a compulsory question. They cannot skip the question. Even if they skip the question also, they won't be able to submit the quiz. Okay. So this is the thing. Next is, if you want to add another question, click the plus button. So you will be adding a second question. So the second question again can be a short answer or a long answer, whatever you want. So you can keep creating questions like that. Any number of questions you can create. Okay, and just leave it automatically. All that will be appearing here. Okay, and it will go to individual students. You can assign score. Let me say 10 questions with 10 marks. Okay, each question carries 1 mark. It goes to all the students. Let me select a due date. Let me say 13th again is the due date. Okay, and I can also choose a topic. Say, for example, this test is, I can create a topic. This test is pertaining to unit 1. Okay, so it will keep a track of how many assessments I've conducted for every unit and all that. Again, I can assign, or I can schedule, or I can save the draft, or I can discard the draft. Let me assign it. Okay, so this is the second thing that is available in your Go. See here, this is the first assignment. This is a quiz assignment. Okay, under the title unit 1. Okay, next is, third is, I can also ask some questions directly to the students. So I can ask a questions, I can give instructions, I can post some videos. Based on the video, I can ask a question. Okay, it can be a short answer, it can be multiple choice, only 2 options. And I can also give a due date. See, students can reply to each other. So one student can see the answer of another student. Student can edit answers. If I remove this, they cannot see each other's answer. If I add this, they can see each other's answer. Okay. Similarly, once put is put, or you can edit it. So if I click this, they can edit it. Otherwise, they can't edit it. Here also, let me choose the topic. It is belonging to unit 1. Okay. Then once I do that, then I will say ask. So here it is like ask a question, schedule it for later time, save draft and discard draft. Okay, so that is about question. The fourth one is I can share some material with students. Share material is I can give a topic. Let me say the topic is stack memory. Okay, and I can share a video related to the topic. I can share a link related to the topic. I can share some content, PDF content from the drive, from my computer, or I can even share a doc, slides, whatever I want. I can relate it to that topic. So let me say it belongs to unit 1. Then when I give post, automatically that goes to the students. Next is very, very interesting, reuse post. Suppose I'm handling the same subject. I handled the same subject in the previous semester. Okay, I have shared a lot of materials for those students. So I would like to take those materials and share it to these students. So I can just select one. Okay, and then I can say reuse. So the same material that I've shared for another class can be used in this class also. Okay, this is one of the very, very interesting feature here. So I can assign it to the students. Okay, that is reuse post. Next is topic wise you can create and then do all this. That's what I already told you, right? So that is about the classwork tab of Google Classroom. Hope this is clear to all of you. If you have any questions or queries related to this, please do put them in the comment section. I will try to answer them immediately. Next is the people tab. Here in this people tab, you can see there are majorly 2 divisions. The first division is you are by default the teacher because you have created the class. And you can also add co-teachers. Okay, by adding their email ID, you can invite co-teachers. Suppose 2 or 3 of you are teaching the same course, you can add your teacher as a co-teacher, okay, which is possible in Google Classroom. Similarly, again, adding students, either you can type in their Google mail ID and then add the students, or the best easy way will be invite them. Already I told you, right, how to share the invite link. So once you share the invite link or the invite code, they will be able to type in the code and then come through join class. The last tab is the grades tab. Here you can see grades tab. Let me open another classroom to show you how actually the grades tab will be looking like. So here you can see this is one of my other class. Yeah, so I have conducted a few practical classes and I have graded the classes. So here you can see missing means that particular student is yet to submit. Okay, the deadline has crossed, but then he has not submitted. So this is the this is how grading. So if you have many exercises, you can keep on say assignments that you give. All that will be added here, and then people automatically, you need not do anything here. Grades tab, teacher has nothing to do. Once you will give assignments automatically, and if you give marks to the assignments, automatically it will be included in the grades tab. Okay, so this is all about the Google Classroom. I think I've almost covered all the features of Google Classroom. We have been extensively using it in our online classes, teaching learning process. That is the reason I wanted to share this knowledge with those teachers who are new to this Google Classroom. So thank you very much for watching the video patiently. And if you have liked the video, please like it. If you have any comments, please comment. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. And that will encourage me to put more videos. And dear teachers, if you have any queries or any doubts or any tool you want me to explain, okay, or you want me to post a video of any online teaching tool, assessment tool, video recording tools, please put them in the comment section. I will do a video on that tool and I will share it with you. Thank you very much for your patient listening. See you all. Bye-bye.